You aren't good enough. You don't have what it takes to become a full-time artist. Nobody likes you. No one is ever going to buy your art.
I'm exhausted. I'm burnt out. I am sick and tired of feeling this way. And if you're watching this, you are too. Sit here and recite inspirational quotes to you and tell you that all that you need to do to cure burnout is to just push through it and create art anyway, and to do the dishes and fold laundry and clean your apartment, because frankly I've done that. I have done all of those things and I am still very, very burnt out. In this video I want to just create space for acknowledging those feelings, but I also want to tell you some of the things that I've been doing to try and alleviate burnout and to honestly try to make myself feel better, and to try and at least sort of alleviate, not cure, but alleviate my feelings of burnout and insecurity. As an artist, as a person who wants to try and become a full-time artist, I have really high expectations for myself. I set really ambitious goals and I very often fail to meet them. Even though I make lots and lots of progress, I don't meet them as fast as I should, as fast as I want to. And honestly, I feel like I expect so much of myself. I feel like I am always expecting myself to create more and more art, to be an art producing machine, to never take breaks. I'm always expecting myself to do more, to do better, to constantly improve. And yes, improving is obviously great. We should all strive to improve. We should all strive to do better. I've been taking some online classes to try and level up my understanding of facial anatomy and people, because as you saw in my figure drawing video, I'm pretty bad at that actually. Progress is slow. Change, fundamental change in your abilities and your skills as an artist, it's slow. You're not going to see immediate improvement. There is no 1 week boot camp where you're gonna fundamentally change your abilities as an artist and become Rembrandt or Michelangelo in, 7 days. That's just not gonna happen. I'm always so tempted into thinking that it might. I always want to believe that it will, even though I know that it won't. And when I don't meet those goals, when I fail to live up to those expectations that I have put on myself, I feel shitty. I feel really bad and I feel really insecure, and all of these doubts start to creep in that I won't be able to make it as an artist. This path just wasn't for me, and I know that is my inner insecurity talking. Those aren't logical words, and it's so insidious, that kind of thought and insecurity, to always think that I'm not good enough. But it's not true. Progress is slow, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. I'm every single day getting a little bit and a little bit better, and all that I have to do is to just practice. Just a little bit, just to have fun, no really high expectations, and I'll notice a marked improvement over time, but the change is never fast enough for me. It's never as quick as I want. And when I'm feeling burnout and insecurity in my skills as an artist, when I constantly want myself to be this art producing machine, I feel no desire to make art at all. I want to take a step back. I want to remind myself that I'm an artist, but I'm also more than that. I'm a person. I'm a person who has other hobbies other than creating. I need to take time to develop those hobbies, just take up space as a person, as a human being. So in this video, I sort of wanted to share what I have been doing to alleviate my feelings of burnout and insecurity, my skills as an artist. And if you've been experiencing depression or periods of low mood that are pretty frequent, I'm not going to tell you that these tips are going to fix all of your problems. You should probably seek a psychiatrist. Please pick one that was better than the one I tried to see recently, who told me that my feelings and my anxiety and depression weren't real. That was great to hear. Totally not damaging at all. I wish her the best. A very pleasant evening. But these things have been working for me. They haven't been fixing my problems, they haven't been curing them, but I'm not gonna lie and say that they haven't made me feel better, and they're a little bit cliche, you know, but they've been working. And honestly, if something's working, if something can get me out of my thoughts of insecurity and feeling like I'm not good enough, then that is something worth sharing. So the first thing that I want to advise you guys to try is just go the fuck outside. Human beings are fundamentally kind of like plants, you know? If you don't get enough sunlight, you feel sad. If you go out in the sun, you feel better. It's great how that works. And spring is upon us. It's the beginning of May. The plants are coming back to life. Soon enough here in Alaska, we're gonna have leaves on the trees again. And if you're in the lower 48 or another part of the world, there's a good chance that you already have leaves on your trees and the flowers are blooming and allergy season is in full swing. And I am so jealous of you right now because everything still looks very brown and dead here. But I'm pretty close to the ocean, and so a little while ago I took the time to go to the beach, or at least look over the cliff to look at the ocean. And honestly, seeing the sun glitter over the water, seeing just the gorgeous view, and hearing the waves roll in, and hearing the stupid bird things, I forget what they're called, seagulls, hearing those squawk around and fly overhead was an experience that, even though I'm less than a few hundred feet from the ocean right as we speak, I don't do very often. I don't experience that as often as I should. I'm so often holed up in this little cabin and I don't really go outside too often, and that's not great. It's really not great. When I feel burnt out and insecure, and when I have periods of low mood, my immediate reaction is to just isolate myself and try to dissociate from the feelings that I'm experiencing, and that isn't healthy. And forcing myself to go outside, taking my boyfriend on walks with me, walking the dogs, thinking about petting my cat. I'm not at home right now, but I've been rewatching a lot of really cute videos where I do pet my cat, and he has such a fluffy tummy and it's so cute to look at. Right? Look at it. It's very cute to look at. The second thing that I've been doing is to try and get back into the hobbies that I have that are not art related. I really like creative writing and I love reading. I read vociferously, I read all the time. I can plow through multiple books in one day and sometimes one sitting. And getting back into that, now that I'm done with college, I turned in my last assignment on Saturday. It's Monday right now, the day before this video is set to go live. Getting back into those hobbies, now that I have all of this free time, has just been really nice. It's been really nice. The third thing that I've been doing to try and cure my burnout and feel a little bit better is to be productive, but like not that productive. Does that make sense? I've been breaking down my to-do list, which seems endless and incredibly overwhelming, into just one task a day. Just one thing. If one day I have a task of actually getting back into oil painting, I will make it very, very achievable for myself. I will set very low expectations. I'll work on this painting, but it is going to be a really quick 2-hour still life painting that I will complete in one sitting, and it's going to be of tomatoes that I have lying around the house, and I'm gonna put them against this green placemat and put them in the direct lighting, and I'm just gonna work on this painting, finish it in one sitting, and whatever happens, happens. That's been very effective at getting myself to actually do things. Breaking my tasks down into really easily achievable bites sort of is a way for me to bypass the paralytic effect of looking at an extremely long checklist of things that I have to get done or else I'm gonna die, because my brain always tells me that's going to happen, even though that's not true. And that's been really effective for me. It doesn't cure my burnout, but it helps me sort of stopgap the symptoms and help me not make my life worse. I'm I'm sorry that this video was kind of a mess, that it was a little bit unorganized. I didn't have a script when I was filming this, but I really hope that these tips were useful for you. I hope that this was a space to sort of acknowledge your feelings and take the time to address that. Hundreds of thousands of people have died over the past year, at least in the US, and that is a lot, and it is okay to feel a very strong sense of grief. This has been an incredibly traumatic experience for all of us. Even if you haven't lost someone, it's been really traumatic. I'm not gonna say the usual thing where I ask you to like and subscribe and I plug my latest video or all of that bullshit. I'm just gonna say that we got through it somehow, against all odds. We made it through this past year and we're still alive, and that is an enormous achievement that you should recognize and feel really good about. Yeah, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.